Well, it's midweek. Definitely no Mooloolaba. It's officially been cancelled. So we are switching to plan B, which is to run my own little Olympic Distance Triathlon here in Townsville and do my best effort, because that's what we're aiming for anyway. So Fergus is still keen to see what I can do regardless of whether it's in an official one or not. So obviously we have to deal with the heat a little bit here, which is a bit different, but we're going to give it a full crack. So right now I just finished so we're still tapering this week, like a mini taper, I guess, before we go to double sessions every day next week. So today I just did a swim. Now I'm going home. I've got a 10k ride and a 2k run. So, and then tomorrow just a 30-minute run, a little swim on Friday, and then full send on Saturday. So come along for the ride. Welcome to this week. It looks like, judging by the weather, that Mooloolaba might not be on. It looks like there is a tropical cyclone that's going to hit right about where Mooloolaba is. So I'll put that up on the screen now and show you where it looks like it's going. It's Monday morning now, and I'm not holding out a lot of hope, but we're still going to keep training. Today we have a 3-kilometer swim, which I should have done yesterday, but I wasn't feeling great yesterday. I woke up with a splitting headache. So anyway, let's get into this swim and we'll see what the rest of the week brings. It's Thursday morning and I've got a 30-minute run. I think this is my last hit out before my little private triathlon on Saturday. So it's still hot and nasty, but I want to do this outside, so it's almost dark and we'll see how we go. Oh, that's 5Ks, 27:46, which for a very hot day, it's not too bad. Can't wait till the cool weather, gotta say. Really, can't wait. It's the night before my, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Well, it's race day, or pretend race day, and I think I've got everything set up. My bike is all ready, treadmill is ready. I've got my fuel out for those things, and I'm just about to drive down and do my swim in the rock pool. I was going to do the ride outside, but it's just so hot. I'll just cook myself, and there's no point in that. The whole point of Mooloolaba in total was to send it as hard as I can, and then Fergus can look at that data and we can take it from there. So yeah, there's no point in doing it outside because I won't be able to. It's just too hot at the moment. It is really insanely hot here, even at this hour of the wee morning. So that's my plan. So it's not quite like a proper triathlon because I will, the transition from swim to bike will be 10 minutes because I got to drive back from the rock pool, but we just have to live with that. So without further ado, let's get cracking. The way this will work is that I'm going to swim 1500 meters in the rock pool, it's 100 meters long, so it kind of works out perfect. I'll do a bit of warm up first, and then I'll transition as quickly as I can without breaking any laws back to the house. Should take about 10 minutes, and I will start the next phase. The only thing, I'm not wearing a full tri suit because I didn't want to I'm not wearing a full tri suit because I didn't want to get salt water all over my house. So I will be having a quick change when I get home as well. But anyway, it's as close as I can get, and the idea is to just push as hard as I can and see how it all goes. So no medals in this one, and I've got to say it's a bit I think part of the thing for me is that it's kind of the disappointing part, I guess, for me is that there's no excitement, there's no buzz, there's no people streaming down to the start line, and I think that's the part that I'll miss the most out of this whole thing, because that's the bit you don't get when you do this yourself. Obviously, you still got all the sweat and the pain and the other stuff, but you don't get that buzz from being around everybody. So I'll miss that a lot. But anyway, thank you Tropical Cyclone Alfred for destroying the weekend. Now let's get cracking. I'm not sure what happened there, but somehow it thinks I did 1600, but my 1500 interval was very good, so I'm 27:40 or something, which is really good for me. Now, through the magic of video, let's go to the ride. Okay, so not my fastest transition by any stretch. Driving home is a bit of a pain, and changing into my tri suit and more of a pain, but we're now ready to go. So I think I'm just about ready to start now. It's a little bit tricky when you've got to plug things in and get things set up. Quarter of the way in, almost trying to hit it as hard as I can, but trying to balance that I need to finish kind of thing. So we'll see how that works out. Halfway according to full gas, but I don't think it's right because I've been sitting on 35 kilometers an hour and it's now 20.6 kilometers in and just ticked over 39 minutes, which doesn't do maths. So anyway, we'll keep going. It's marking me slower than it should be. I just want to say here that full gas, I don't know how they do their calculations, but it's not correct because I watched my speed for that whole first hour and I was above 35 kilometers an hour for the whole hour, and somehow it says I did the hour in 32, or I did 32 and a half kilometers in the hour, which doesn't work out. So anyway, I've worked out that it burnt me about 5 minutes at the least, so that's the time I'm using because I was not happy about that. Now we are onto the treadmill for the 10k component. Wasn't very happy with the ride. I'm sure that full gas ripped me off about 5 minutes. I don't know how it does its calculations, but they're not correct. Anyway, let's do the run. All my camera batteries died for the last kilometre, so I had to just tough it out. So that was a 55-minute 10Ks, which I'm very happy with, very happy. So time for some recovery and then I'll do a recap. Just a quick recap of my mini event. I basically worked out that if I did 4-minute transitions or 5-minute transitions, I was pretty close to somewhere between 240 2 hours 40 minutes, 2 hours 45, given the performance today, which I was pretty happy with. I would like next year my aim will be to get, closer to 220, which is possible. It's hard. It's actually harder. The run was fine. My run here is probably easier than the Mooloolaba course, but the ride on a stationary bike on a flat course on full gas really is actually a full effort all the time. There's no downhill bits, there's no brakes anywhere, and so there's no coasting. So I actually felt that was harder. Run was probably easier, so it probably works out in the end. But yeah, interesting to do your own little mini triathlon like that and try to give it a full send. It's one of those fun little things that I won't have to do again anytime soon, but Fergus wanted to see my performance, so yeah, I was pretty happy with it all in all. Would have preferred to do it outside, obviously, but I'd probably be in hospital right now if I had to try to do that. As it is, I think I already cooked myself a little bit, but we will recover. So I hope you enjoyed that little my personal triathlon video. Make sure you like and subscribe, leave a comment for the algorithm, and don't forget to take the next right. And we'll see you next week.